and gentlemen and truth seekers, we are here with another episode of the Straight Shooters Show. My name is Todd Braley, and the Thunder from Down Under is
Itai Guberman.
And we have a great guest on with us today, actress and producer, Miss Rhonda Williams, coming to us from Alabama. So
hey, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Rhonda. We really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
We're going to just dive right into it here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your how you got into acting and what drew you there? You know, give us a little background.
Well, I've been acting for about 10 years or so. It all started, I worked for Homeland Security, and I got to be a role player, which I got to be a different actress for different roles every day. It was always something new and exciting for me. So I kind of got hooked on it. They started teaching us how to do stage makeup and learn how to do a lot of that stuff. And it just kind of stuck. And then from there, I started researching how to get into acting or what I needed to do. So from there, I took to Atlanta and started doing the extra work. I learned the set etiquette, and I worked with some amazing A-list actors over there. They're just really awesome people. After that, I went on a platform called Clap It. That is where I met Todd Braley, and we've shot some amazing films since then, and we've got so many more coming up. And it's just been an amazing journey in the past 10 years. And, you know, people ask for your footage, and it's hard to remember everything that you've done so far to date. But it's an amazing journey. And I think I'm more blessed to have the team that we have and being able to live my life and live my dream the way that I want to do it. And bringing characters to life is something that I've always dreamed of doing. And now here I am being able to do that. So that's always fun for me. So meeting people, all walks of life, and getting to work with people, it's just, it's a surreal moment every time. And then you're looking forward to people rapping on set. And sometimes you're not looking forward to the rap because you don't know if you're ever going to get to work with these people again. So it's just a bittersweet moment sometimes, but you're always looking forward to the next project. So here we are.
So it's only been 10 years.
It has.
Wow.
And they've flown.
So you hit it late in life.
I did. I did. It was, I did hit it late, but it wasn't something that I was sure of. I grew up in modeling. That was more my background when I was growing up. And I got out of that. That wasn't really my thing. And this was something that I like to do, is bringing characters to life and getting to be someone else and being able to step outside yourself and bringing different things to the screen. Is just, I don't know. I can't really put it into words. It's just every script is something different and something amazing, and you get to put your own spin on it. So I'm just looking forward to everything else I've got in store coming up.
Nice.
I can relate to the late in life part. I also started with filmmaking late.
Well, you know, it's better late than never. So
yeah.
If you don't take a chance, you'll never make it. And if you fail, then you know that you tried, and you just put it out there and you don't fail. You just keep going, and your turn will come. And that's the way I look at it.
Have to make up for lost time kind of thing. So it
Absolutely.
gives you a little bit more of an urgency, you know, in getting projects made and all of that. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think I did it the right way. I've never taken an acting class. And getting to learn the set etiquette and what to do and what not to do, and learning that before I ever started filming a movie, that really helped me a lot, to know the ins and outs of what to do and what not to do, how they do it. You've got scripters, you've got You've got everything. You've got people feeding you lines sometimes, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're just like, oh shit. You just got to remember it. And Todd knows me.
What's my line again? Rhonda's just one big Blink 182 song.
I am the blonde. I am truly the blonde. So yeah, he lets me live vicariously my actors, all of my characters. He lets me do what I want to do. And I'm so glad that Todd's not married to the script ever. Thank God for that, because it'd be bad.
Married to the script. Nah, he already has a wife.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Who just happens to be Rhonda's best friend, you know?
I know. Hey, I got the best of both worlds. I got an amazing best friend, and her husband happens to be my home slice. That's my best friend. And I don't know what I do with either one of those people in my life. They have been my godsend. And we're never going to stop making movies. So there's always a movie to be made. So.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of support system is massive, to have.
You're right. It is.
Yeah. I don't have that. So I know exactly, like how good it would be to have that, with, say, I don't know, a partner or my close friends. None of them are really into filmmaking. So, yeah. I'm jealous.
It's kind of like, for me, I can say this. Todd writes the scripts and says, hey, Rhonda, I got a script for you. What do you think about? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. I have no idea what I'm getting into, but that's okay, because I trust him and I know that whatever it's going to be spectacular anyway. So I am here for it. I don't even have to ask. I'm like, let's do it.
So it's like, Rhonda, I have a yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhonda, I've got this idea. Okay, just tell me when.
Yep, that's it. When do I need to put my fight? What do I need to put in my lead? What do I need to do? So that's kind of the way that it's always worked for us, though. He has ideas, and I don't know, he's just an amazing creator. And without that, I don't know, it would be really shitty without his brain. Him and Angie, they collab on a lot of stuff, and they bounce off each other. And when they put things together, it's going to be something pretty damn phenomenal. So I'm just glad. I am thankful, and I am also really blessed to be able to be a part of these movies, because they're pretty good. They're So I'm just excited.
Todd mentioned before, you're taking part in some of these as an actress, but lately it sounds like you're making a move into producing.
There is no telling what hat I wear for any of this stuff. I could be, we don't want me as a driver.
No.
We don't want me driving.
Hell no.
Somebody take away her license.
It's like, what is Rhonda? Rhonda's going to drive. No, just give her this.
That's it.
And let her go. Stay away. Stay off the road.
And if you do it, if you put me behind the wheel of a car, make sure you get it in one take, because it's not ever pretty for.
This is how we drive in Alabama.
Well, we don't have curbs like they have in Colorado. Okay, so in my defense,
all the roads are just straight.
I'm just saying, we don't have curbs like they have there. They just sneak up on you, and you just hit them bitches, and that's just it.
Why don't we just say that John Briner will never let us use a vehicle, the first AD from You Like to Drive. Yep. He will never let us use one of his vehicles ever again.
Not knowingly anyway.
All Rhonda had to do was literally back up and pull forward 5 feet. That's it.
Let me guess. He needed to activate his insurance.
Yeah.
Or get better rims.
Get some new rims because we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, here we go, guys, action.
Ouch.
Okay, cut. What was that? And John walks back around the back of the car and looks and goes, oh, nothing. That's just my fucking rim. That scraped a lot. Yeah. So.
Well, in my defense, those curbs are like this. Okay. We don't have curbs. Okay. It may be a little less tall, maybe down, but either way, you've got to get it in one take, and he's not going to let us use his car knowingly. So if we do anything, we have to lie, or he can't be anywhere near.
Use a stunt driver.
Yeah,
I'm not a stunt driver.
Yeah, no, we use a stunt driver, and then we have to CG the face, Rhonda's face over the top of the.
Or just give me a freaking bicycle. Hell,
oh
we should Rhonda in the car
bicycles.
and green screen the background.
Yeah. Don't think we didn't think about it. Don't think. I said, don't think we.
After fourth or fifth time.
No, well, after the fifth time is when we started thinking. I looked at Scott and can we green screen this shit?
Yeah, I need to do a bit of a rewrite to the script. You know, that scene in the car out.
Yeah, no, she walks up.
Yeah. Can you imagine what that would have looked like? Hey, what are y'all doing in the middle of the road?
Well, I did see you in a scene where you were leaning on a car. That wasn't bad.
Because I was leaving and I wasn't up against a curb.
That was the one in
driveway.
The one from Paradise Road.
Oh, that wasn't my car, and Nick would never let me drive his car anyway. I don't even think he'd let me sit in it, much less because he knows, because he was on the other set too.
Which is why
she kind of lean on it. That's more than enough.
Which is why she walked.
Damn.
Which is why she walked away.
Yeah, exactly.
And not drove away.
We don't give me keys if we can avoid doing that.
That's a set rule.
I just need a driver.
Everybody, don't give Rhonda your car keys. Do not give Rhonda your car keys.
Well, it's kind of funny because there's a picture somewhere where he's got the light balance or something like that.
The diffusion. Yeah.
Yes, and he is like there, and he is on the other side of the car, and he's hearing it hit the curb, and he's going.
Yeah, you can see the picture of John.
My car.
Yeah, he's just like.
And he's like.
So.
I mean, what the hell can you say? It's done. I can't. I can go in reverse. Then I can get the back side of it. At least that side would match.
Well, and then what we had her do was just back up a few feet, like not even like 3 feet. And then to make it look like the car pulled in. I don't think I used this shot, but I just told Scott, I said, do me a favor, just put the camera on the hood. And when she pulls forward, turn, and it makes the car look like it drove in further. So all she had to do was like go.
And me behind the wheel of a car is probably not ever the best way.
The magic of filmmaking right there.
It is. Well, if somebody take the damn curbs down would be all right. You know.
Shoot the car coming in, shoot the wheel, and then have the door open and Rhonda come out. We don't need to see her driving. Yeah.
Nope. No, we don't need to do any of that stuff. But I was only going like 2 miles an hour. I mean, how much can I really done?
A lot.
Never mind. We won't talk about that because every time I did it, I hit a different.
Moving on.
The entire thing.
At least it makes for a great story. Not so much for John, but for you guys.
Yeah.
We have some good stories for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my geez.
So Rhonda, I met Rhonda through Clap It, and that's actually Clap It. Could you explain to our audience and to Itai and re-explain it to me what exactly Clap It is?
Well, Clap It is a platform for aspiring actors, such as myself and anybody that wants to audition for upcoming movies that are going to be on the platform. There are a lot of good movies going to be on the deck. I've seen firsthand, and it's not just going to be for actors, it's going to be for musicians. It's going to be for different talent, for whatever they're looking for. But the thing about it is the Hollywood producers, all of these people are going to be on Clap It, and they're going to be watching. They can see everybody's audition. So it's going to be a platform where when you put your audition in, everybody can see it. They send you the sides, and there's most of the
explain the process. Explain the process.
Well,
I know there's a process for filmmakers, and then there's a process for the talent. So explain the talent portion of it.
For the talent portion, there's 5 ambassadors. I'm one of the ambassadors. And what we will do is we will do open calls. And the talent will then have not sides, but improvise what the producers are looking for. It'll be a male and a female role. They will then put their auditions together, and they'll have the length of the time, all that kind of stuff of what they're looking for. And then they will upload it to Clap It. And when they do, they will go up under the open call, like for that particular movie that they're auditioning for. And the producers are seeing it firsthand. So it's cutting out the middleman of literally having an agent per se. You're doing your own work. You're doing your own self-tapes. You're doing your own everything. And you're getting in front of the producers first and foremost. You're not having to depend on someone to
or even a casting director. You're kind of skipping over the casting directors as well. Exactly.
And you're doing it on your own. And I have come to find out that's how I met Todd. It was a better way to get your face out there, to get your name out there. And when you start hitting these things, and what they do, how this happens is the producers will see your takes on what they've got going on. And what they'll do is you will have like a like button. It's kind of like YouTube. People will like them, and they will have so many likes or whatever, and there will be in like a top 5 of the male and the female. Well, the male and the female, the producers will sit down and they'll look at those 5. And say, for instance, if someone doesn't make it in the top 5, they've still seen their audition, and they may have something else that they want that person for. That's what happened to me. So you never know what's going to be out there. And like, say, for instance, if you're posting a movie and Todd's posting a movie, well, maybe what I'm doing is not for Todd. And maybe you've seen my audition and you're like, that's what I want. That's, the talent that I'm looking for this role in my movie, so it's out there. It's like an open way for everybody to get showcased. And a lot of people, it's been crazy. It's been a wild ride. I've been with Clap It now for, I'm going to say 4 years. We had a beta version, and we're fixing to do a hard launch. Well, the hard launch, it's going to be great. They're finishing up. They're doing some color work on it now, but it should be up next couple months or so. And once it's out there, you'll be able to go in and you can see the movies. You can see who the A-listers are in each of these movies. And you'll have an opportunity to work with these A-list actors like Harry Connick Jr., Jennifer Garner, people, like that. And they're just, I've seen the deck, and it's pretty amazing, the people that we're going to be able to working with. And we've partnered with Sensei, and they're a really big name. And I don't know what all it's going to entail yet. I haven't seen the final platform yet, so I'm excited to see that. Well, I'll get to see that probably next week. But it's just a way to cut out the middleman and go for it. Because your agent may not see things.
Yeah, it was an interesting process to go through as a filmmaker, and it made it almost, I just want to say, almost stupid easy to be able to get, because you can see how people, you can see how different people will improvise and see their improv skills. Because sometimes then you know at that point, sometimes that maybe the improv skills will be something that you really are something that you're going to be okay with. I mean, like me. I mean, for me, as long as you get the same point across without screwing with the storyline, I'm good. Unless lines have to be said a specific way, then I will, I'll obviously, but now you got to say it. It's got to be said like this. And I don't do that very often, but it was just an interesting way to see how that works. So there's a lot of other stuff in regards to filmmakers, but I would just say, if you want to find out more about it as a filmmaker as well as an actor or actress, to go check it out, because it's something else. I'm just waiting for this new version to come out. So it's going to be interesting.
Pretty badass. Yeah. It's really good. And as a matter of fact, Itai, that's where I auditioned for Paradise Road. That's where he found me for Paradise Road. And since then, we have filmed You Like to Draw, and we filmed The Chip. And then now we've got another snippet coming up that we're going to film in August to tie some things together. And we're remember that idea I told you about, having to tie together the 4 movies for Psychotic Breakdown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rhonda's the glue that's going to tie it all together. So
very cool.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
So
that's going to be quite different from being a pastor.
Yeah, quite different. We can't give it all away, but no spoilers on that one. It's just going to be kind of one of those things that when people look at it, it's going to be a fun way to tie it all together. So, and then what I'll do is I'm going to recreate all of the end credits for all 4 movies and just stick them all at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna come across kind of a creep show kind of situation, and I'm going back into all of the movies, and I'm gonna redo a lot of the audio and whatnot. But yeah, Rhonda's going to be the glue to hold that one together, so it's going to be pretty cool.
It's going to be a wild ride. If Angie will let me sleep in the house after that.
Yeah. Everything's done. Bye, Rhonda. Don't need you spending the night here.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Grandma, take it, McKay, that you couldn't stay in there tonight. Yeah, that's gonna. I probably have to tell Angie I love you, and I'll just sleep in the hot tub. Just throw me a pill, I'll be okay.
It's going to be a great way to show range of characters for your showreel.
Absolutely.
Going from pastor to that to
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
and that's something that's kind of cool with Rhonda, is that she can take on these different roles. As the pastor, it was kind of one of those things. When she auditioned for Paradise Road, it was it was like, okay, well, Paradise Road, we had some stuff go down, and it was just one of those things that couldn't happen right away. But when I decided to do You Like to Draw, Rhonda was the second. Actually, no, she was the first. No, she was the second, because I hit Bree up first and said, "Hey, how would you feel about playing somebody who has a traumatic brain injury?" And she, like she said on the episode that we interviewed her on, she said, "Oh yeah, cool, I'm down." And then I hit Rhonda up and I said, "Hey, how'd you like to play a pastor?" And she was
Pastor
like,
Gale? Was it Gale?
"Yeah, yes."
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I looked a lot different than I did in the movie.
Your
My
hair is
hair is
different.
Yeah.
So
A couple of
anyway,
hours
so
ago,
yeah.
it's on top of my head.
Well, and then when after we did You Like to Draw, then we were going to do. I started working on that autism movie, and I wasn't happy. Yeah, I wasn't happy with. I was trying to figure out a good storyline, and I got the storyline. I just wasn't happy where things were going with it. So then I just decided at that point that that I was going to dive into to do the chip. And we had already started planning that before On a Blue Day. And then we had things go down with that one that we couldn't film it.
Oh, although it was planned as a short at the time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's probably going to be about
87
minutes, I think, is what we're looking at.
Awesome.
Possibly longer, but it's a feature now. So, so yeah, it's we're excited about that one. Still working on it. Jay and I got really busy, and so trying to pay the bills and then edit something without that doesn't pay the bills yet. So, but that we're figuring that one will be out by fall. Yeah, no kidding. So, all right. So, what you asked about producer for Rhonda? So, Rhonda, as far as
what can you tell us about that side of things so far? I mean, is it fairly new?
I haven't done anything with the producing part yet. Like I said, there's no telling what hat that Todd is going to put on me. So I never know what I'm going to do. So producer is something that could be in the future. Not sure, but I'm up for it, whatever he decides to have me do.
Sounds like he's already decided he's putting that hat on you.
And I just haven't been told yet.
We talked about that for Paradise Road. So
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
She actually worked trying to get working with the VA where she lives. So I mean, that's still on the table, and she just got a new job. So that that's going to put us closer.
Yes, absolutely. And it's 100% remote. So it frees up my filming time. I can take my work with me. So I'll be actually working with a VA that hires the people to take care of our veterans. So that's something that's near and dear to my heart, seeing the way that things go sometimes. So being able to be a part of that process is something else that I'm excited to embark on, for sure.
Very cool.
So now we have a real hardcore in.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we have to do it.
Now we just gotta wait for her to like work for a couple of months before she starts asking questions. Hey, well, let's talk a little bit then about your process, if you have one, to prep for a role. What is it that you do that gets you ready?
For me, the most part is I'll have script and I'll read it through. And sometimes you can make a character a light character, you can make it a dark character. It just depends on the mood in the movie. For me, it's what am I doing to put me in this character? So I'll read through the script several times and like, and so your light bulbs start going off. Okay, I'm supposed to be sadistic. Okay, I'm supposed to be peaceful here. And it's being able to bring those range of emotions back in to where they need to be, because there's some scripts out there that you've got emotional scenes, you've got horrible scenes, but you've got to be able to go up and down that sliding scale to where you can do the full range of emotions when you need to. And for me, I've gotten scripts that I know what the character is like already, because I've already read a little bit of synopsis on what the movie's about. I can tell what I can do to put my spin on it and to bring me into that character, because I like breathing life into characters. So if I am kind of like with You Like to Draw, I was a pastor, and it's hard for me to hide my Southern accent. It's almost damn near impossible. So that was something, that was different for that character, because, you didn't know that she was from Alabama. But it was just the things that we say here that Todd allowed me to put in, and, and it worked.
Well,
and
it
it's
was
a
like,
lot easier.
when I asked her about hiding the accent,
I try.
Here's what, to me, if you can do it, cool. If you can't, because one of the things I remember Rhonda saying when I asked her about ditching the accent, she says the problem that I have with this, and she says, and she's been asked before, is she'll spend more time thinking about what she has to do and how she has to say something. And in trying, there's more effort in trying to hide the accent than not, I think is pretty much
obviously
how you put it. So
one is natural, one is not. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So that was something that I just remember. And I just said, well, and then I thought about it and I was like, well, pastors get thrown around around the country all the time, not every pastor stays with one church. So I thought, okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go with that. So, okay, sorry, you can go ahead and finish what you were saying. I had to interject there.
No, but it's really real, because as you guys know, I talk 90 to nothing. And I talk so fast that if I have to slow down to think about what I'm saying, I can literally see me thinking about what I have to say. And it doesn't always work like that. But it's hard when it's dialogue. And like I was trying to do one for the chip, and I tried it and it didn't work very well. He wanted a certain dialogue from that, or dialect, and it just didn't mesh. And then you just kind of got this. So, but yeah, bringing characters to life is different with everything that you do. Every script that you have is always something different. So I have been from playing a pastor to now a horrible person in the chip. I'm very mean and pretty condescending, and so it goes from daylight to dark. I played a part in a movie called Samland. I was a waitress. My scene pretty much got cut except for one line, but it was a powerful one line, and it kind of drew it together. And then I played a character in Fairhaven 2 with my scene partner, and you can literally hear my Southern accent and my talking 90 to nothing. But I'm in New York doing this, so it was kind of funny because everybody on set was like, "What the hell did she just say?" And nobody even knew what I said. I didn't even know what I said because I was so fast, and I can't slow it down because my brain doesn't work like that. So I have.
What the hell did she just say? Read the script. It's in there.
Screw it, it's done.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out when we edit.
and there's slowing down your speech, and there's slowing it down and talking in a different accent. Those are two different things. So yeah, but that comes back to what you said in the beginning about directors. I mean, you were using Todd as an example, but directors who are not married to the script, because some would insist, oh no, this character needs to have this accent, she can't be from Alabama. It's like, why not?
Right.
If it makes the movie simpler, better, and gets you through the shoot, it's like, why not? Why can't she be from Alabama?
Well, and the other thing too is, I think sometimes some directors. Okay, I'm walking into dangerous territory here. So, some directors are so driven by being in charge and having the power, and it's my way or the highway kind of thing. I mean, I grew up around Hollywood just because of what my mom did for the McDonald's Corporation when she worked at the production studio. And I saw the good, the bad, the ugly, and the fugly when it came to that kind of stuff. And then, then working in Hollywood for 5 years, and I worked in post-production. That's probably worse than being on set because I've been yelled at.
Putting this shit together.
Yeah. Well, and I've been yelled at from everybody from Robert Redford to Tom Hanks to James Cameron, who almost ran me over in the parking lot in his
I wasn't driving.
Black Humvee. Yeah, that wasn't Rhonda though. So, it's kind of one of those things that that as a director, you gotta something somebody taught me a long time ago, have control of your set, but don't be an asshole. Be gruff when you gotta be, but when you don't have to be, you don't need to be. And I think a lot of even younger directors, and I'm not talking Hollywood, I'm talking indie, because I hear horror stories all the time from other indie actors that just talk about how horrible somebody is to, some of these directors are to work with. And I just think they just need to, it's one thing to be goal driven, to get something done. And it's another thing to just be a power hungry bastard. And I don't agree with that. I think, you're all creating this thing together. And I think that a lot of these guys forget that. And so I always try to be very, I mean, Rhonda can probably vouch for this. I mean, even on the chip, and the chip was 4.5 days of just, I mean, we were powering through, and then we kept getting roadblocks thrown in front of us. It's okay, how do we work around this? Okay, how do we get around that? How do we get around this? And having actors too that, like Rhonda, that are like, okay, what do you need? What do you need me to do? What do I have to do? Or she'll sit in the back and just be quiet. Why? Because she learned set etiquette,
But yeah, and I agree with that. If you've got chemistry on the set with people, that you work with, it makes it so much better, and things flow so much easier when you have actors that can get along and there's chemistry there, that people aren't just being just crude. I mean, and I've been on those sets too, and it's just like, I don't even want to work with these people anymore, because I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And for me, it gives us anxiety, and we already have enough pressure on us to bring our A game. But when you put that pressure on us, and then you've got people that are just being horrible individuals, it doesn't mesh very well, and you're just ready for it to be over at that point. But and it does, and it shows in your performance. I'm certain of that. I've seen it, and you can tell when people they have a high anxiety level, but it's because of other people. It's the energy around them. And if you have a bad energy and you're in a room full of people and then they got bad energy, and then it's exhausting, and it just drains you, and it's not a good thing. But for the most part, it's different. It's different from everything. Like, I work with Todd, and he's different than Peter Weller. Peter Weller, every time we took a break, he had a bugle, and just, and he wasn't a man of very many words, but he was just a different kind of director. He didn't say much. He didn't do much. He just kind of sat back and played a bugle. And that was something weird to me, because I'm going, never seen anything like that, but okay. So it was really funny, because to be honest with you, I never watched RoboCop. And if he ever sees this, he's going to shit, but that's okay. He was the original RoboCop. And yeah, and it was my son's birthday, and we were filming The Game of Silence. It was a series, and it got canceled. But I went up to him and I said, "You know what?" I said, "Today's my son's birthday," and I said, "Here I am on set." I said, "Would you mind taking a picture with me, and so that I can send it to my son?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." Really cool guy. So me and him and one of the other actors, I can't remember his name. I sent you the picture, Todd. I don't remember who it was, though. Anyway, he was one of the main characters. So we took a picture, and I sent it to my son, and my son takes me back. He goes, "Mom, do you know who that is?" And I'm going,
"It's RoboCop."
I was like, "Peter Weller?" And he was like, "Do you know who he is?" And I'm going, "No. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, kid." So he's like, "RoboCop." And so my husband, then they had to send me a picture going, "That guy that you just took a picture with was the original RoboCop." Oh, okay, cool. And I'm going, "I'm sorry, but I'm not starstruck. I don't know those things. You know what I mean?" I've worked with Kevin Hart, Melissa McCarthy, and Dwayne Johnson. I worked on set with all these people that are like within arm's length. I don't have that starstruck in me. I just don't. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And I think some people do that. And it's just like, they're people just like we are. And I just hope that I can be as good as they are one day, because they are amazing. But
and their name's on the poster.
It's something to work with. Huh?
They're people just like us. I'm like, except their name is on the poster.
and their paycheck is bigger.
A lot bigger. Well, Kevin Hart's pretty damn short, so I'm hoping that his paycheck's bigger than his height. So
it is. It is much. It is much bigger.
Yeah, he's fun.
No disrespect to Kevin Hart. I'm not a massive fan of his type of films, but I do have respect for the guy, because he has done so well, becoming such a massive star, making as much money as he's making. That's crazy. So yeah, short or not short, yeah,
he's pretty funny. When we filmed it, it was kind of funny. It was me, and then he was right in front of me, and Danielle Nicolette was here. That was his scene.
Which movie was it?
Central Intelligence with him and
Oh,
Dwayne
okay.
Johnson.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we filmed it over in Georgia. We were doing some reshoots. So this was the reunion. So Kevin is like, it was really kind of funny because he does not stand still. He is like a little jumping flea because he never stops moving. And so his headset, his mic pack kept coming out, and I'm sitting there, and it's like trying to tuck it into the back of his pants. And I'm just like, can you just stop fucking moving, man? You know? And then I will never forget this. He got a phone call, and it was on FaceTime. And then he took the call, and then right after that, he was like, y'all need to hurry up. I got to take a shit. I mean, and this is in the middle of the whole universe that we're filming, and I'm going, that was nice, you know?
Yeah,
and I'm just like, but I didn't expect anything else.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, he was like, we need to hurry up. I got to take shit. And I'm going, nice.
He had one
I'm
scheduled.
standing behind you, man.
He had one scheduled.
I'm telling
It's
you.
like
I'm
Kevin
just
Hart
glad that we
is on his
let
phone.
We did.
He's, let me
Taking
see.
a shit.
Here's my best Kevin Hart. Now, what's my schedule say? What's my schedule? Right here, 3 o'clock. It says I got to take a shit. So let's go.
That's exactly, yes. That is that. Yes. I mean, I was just like, what in the hell? So, I mean, and everybody just bust out laughing. And then like Melissa, she's amazing. I'm not going to lie. She's amazing. She could, everything that I have noticed that she's done, she has done pretty much improv. She is not married to a script on anything. So we were filming Central Intelligence, and something about package having, or no, I think it may have been Kevin. I'm not sure. It was one of them. But it was like, you can't say that. And they're like, you can't say, and then they're like, mm. And it's like, but it says junk on me. And it was Kevin. It was Kevin. Yeah, I can remember this. And he was like, because at first it was really bad. I'm just like, this is not going to end well. And so, yeah, they had to change the junk or package or whatever they decided to use at that moment in time. But him and Dwayne together, there is never a dull moment. You can't stop laughing. And Melissa, she adds so much comedic take on everything that she does. When we weren't rolling the cameras, I mean, everybody that was around her, we were literally doubled over laughing our ass off because that's just how she is. And she's just naturally that way. It's like she has no filter. That's why I like her. I can relate to her because I don't have a filter either.
Yeah, if you're on a set with those types of actors and you're not having fun, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there's been actors that I've been on set with as well that they're not so fun, and they
Like I
just
said,
suck the life out of you.
Yeah, it depends, I guess, what kind of people they are, what types of actors. I mean, Dwayne Johnson is not known for comedy necessarily, but he does have that, in his action roles, there's a lot of sort of tongue in cheek.
Exactly.
And from his wrestling days, he was about the comedy. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? But Melissa and Kevin Hart, it's just they're those types of comedians that there's going to be some fun on the set. Other ones sometimes, even comedians sometimes take themselves too seriously, and
they do.
It can be not as much fun.
And one thing I'd like to interject on that is also comedians make some of the best dramatic actors.
They do,
for sure.
We have seen that from Robin Williams,
Jim
rest in
Carrey,
peace, Jim Carrey. Some of his best movies.
Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler. Yeah. They're better dramatic actors than they are comedians, I think. But
I agree.
It's kind of crazy. I think a lot of it has to do with having to be on all the time. Especially if you do stand up. I mean, I did a stupid short stint of stand up in my younger days. to have to
I'd
be
like to see that
funny.
footage.
Oh, yeah, no, you'll never see
No
it.
video, or it didn't happen.
It doesn't exist. No, the video doesn't exist.
Video wasn't invented yet.
Not quite. Actually, yeah, it was, but not quite. I mean, I didn't have a video. Well, let me see. No, I didn't have a video camera to go in there, but because comedians, I think, that have to be on all the time. Like, I saw there was a Netflix movie with Kevin Hart in it, where he played a single dad. He was so good in that movie. I mean, it was just heart-wrenching to see him play this dad this guy who lost his wife during childbirth, and then he had to raise his daughter. And then also he did that one with Brian, Breaking Bad Brian. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Hang on a minute, I can tell you what it is.
Anyway, it was the one.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, yeah, he did that one where Bryan Cranston played a handicapped rich guy, and he had to take care of him.
The remake of the French film. Yeah.
And it was awesome. I love that movie.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the French.
I saw it.
The French film is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've seen them both, but it was just, it was awesome to see, Kevin Hart again in a dramatic role. Some of it was funny, but it wasn't funny in a regular Kevin Hart way. It was funny on a different level. So I just always feel, Michael Keaton is another one, and Melissa McCarthy, I've seen a couple of dramatic, there was one that she did where she played a mobster's wife called The Kitchen. The movie wasn't, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like anything groundbreaking, but it was just different to see her, it was a dramatic role. And then there was one that was on Netflix that was where she played her and her husband, their baby had died. And she's still trying to get over.
The one with the bird?
Yes. Yeah.
I think I saw that. That was very good.
Yeah. And she was just amazing in that. And so it's just kind of one of those things that comedians they're better dramatic actors.
They are very well rounded, for sure.
Yeah. Bill Murray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that some of them are fantastic comedians, but when they go into drama, it's something else. It's like it makes you stop and just watch them acting.
Yeah.
But it's also because a lot of, well, I wouldn't say all comedians because it's going a bit far, but most people and most comedians, they have a dark side. Everybody does. Yeah. Experiences they went through in life. Some of them, that's the reason that they are comedians in the first place, to cover for something else.
That. Yes.
Yeah. And then when they get to go to a dramatic role, I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy for them, but it brings out the best in them, no question. It's just, it seems so natural, more so than I think other actors, not all the time. But I mean, even Tom Hanks started in comedy.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the skill set is there to go from comedy to drama more than it is to go from drama to comedy. I've seen dramatic actors trying their hand at comedy. It's not always good. Most of the time it's,
right.
It can work, but a lot of the time it just seems so manufactured. Whereas the other way around, it's just like, wow, Adam Sandler, who would have thought, when I saw Adam Sandler in a dramatic role, he's not a good actor, even in comedies, but he's funny. So it works. and I love a lot of his comedies, not all of them, but a lot of them. But then when I saw him do Punch Drunk Love, which I think was his first dramatic role, I was like, oh my God. Goes to show what happens when you put a comedian doing a dramatic role with one of the best directors of all time. You know, it's just like, holy crap.
And then he did Rain on Me with Don Cheadle.
Excellent.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems to date is his best, I think.
And he's just come out with The Hustle, Hustle or The Hustle, I can't remember, but
I think it's Hustle. It's just called Hustle. Yeah, the basketball movie.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. Yeah, that was really good.
How was
I really
that?
enjoyed that.
Was that good? I haven't watched it. Nice.
I'm a basketball fan, have been for, a long time. So watching it, and there's a lot of sporting personalities and basketball players in it, and I'm like, oh, that's it. My girlfriend has to shut me up. I don't care who they are. Let me see the movie.
I don't care about the rest of it. Just let me see it.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun for me. Yeah, great. It's a good movie. Yeah, worth seeing.
I want to see Maverick.
I've seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
I'll see it, but I'm in no rush.
Well,
it was. I don't know. I like Top Gun. My daughter is stupid critical of movies, and she said it was better than the original Top Gun.
See, I'm all about that.
Well, she liked it better than the original Top Gun, and she loved Top Gun. So
I don't know. There's just something about jets and all that stuff.
Yeah, look, I like the original, but I'm not like that crazy loving it, like other people. So to me, a sequel coming a million years later, it's obviously a cash grab. It's nostalgia and all the rest of it, which is fine. But I'm not that excited about it. I've got to say, it's just like, okay.
I think I'm more concerned about Val Kilmer.
Well, look, they killed Goose in the first one, so he's not coming back. He was my favorite character, so I'm like, okay. Kelly McGillis,
Well, that's the thing. I like Val Kilmer. I mean, he is probably one of my favorite actors. He did really good in The Doors. I know y'all both have seen The Doors.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Love The Doors.
That's probably one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies. Doc Holliday, amazing. Yeah. I hate what has happened with his health and his voice and things like that. I really wish that they could find a way to fix those things, because he is an amazing actor.
They're
losing a lot of talent in one man.
Well, and he kind of stated that probably Top Gun is his last project. He's just going to focus on. He's got an art studio in where is that? Somewhere in California. I actually like the page. I haven't seen anything from the art studio, but he kind of runs this art studio, and so he's kind of put a lot of his energies into that. So because there's not really anything he can do. They tried.
They're having to take his voice from years ago and use it now, and there's only so much of that you're going to be able to do, because he's an older man using a younger voice. So
and the documentary that they did that he did for Amazon, that was his son who did the voiceover for the which was kind of crazy. That
because they sound so much alike.
It sound exactly alike. It was kind of scary. So let's get out of Hollywood here and come back to our indie roots. And let's talk.
We want to go to Hollywood.
We
want to talk about Rhonda. We don't want to talk about Tom Hanks.
I
like Tom Hanks.
So
he's pretty good.
Out of all of the stuff that you've done, and this is not, I don't want you to answer because of me. Okay, I want you to answer truthfully. Out of all of the roles that you've played to date, what has been your favorite role to be able to play? All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was part 1 of this episode.
Part 2 will be coming up very, very soon. So look it up on the
Straight Shooters YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.
See you soon.